really feel it's my time, think it's my year, I really feel it's my time, think it's my pen ready. Used to hold myself back, my self-esteem damn petty. Gotta keep on chugging, ran through everything in front of me. Might smoke bed heavy, got a whole agenda. Can't aspire to get ahead, so bump that, it's no surrender. Got a dollar flipped up, I'm trying to get it in FT to get them when they're hand and crypto. Learn how to fix that. I don't really hold out of books, but I'ma learn how to fix that. Some opportunities and never come unless you paying attention, so no, I can't miss that. Moving, MVP, I got the record, I might have to prove something. Big jumper worthy, they gon' have to retire my jersey early. Whole crew coming, had to work something, cause I had nothing in my pocket. Yeah, I did all that. Big plans, partners trying to make profits. Yeah, I did all that. Work, sweat, and tears breaking, even no ends. Yeah, I did all that. Had to make it happen. Putting hours in my practice, I did all that. Yeah, I can't take no loss. Yeah, I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. Yeah, I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, run it. Ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. I really feel it's my time, think it's my big dog, walking big talk, young veteran, living legend, bet I'm better than them. This is my ship, I'm a jacket like Letterman, y'all but not let them in. They gon' rotate this, so I keep the pedaling, started a chain. The cycle is heaven sent, this is from God, but I'm not your reverend, not in the pulpit. I'm a pit bull in this element, Said you gon' pull up, then settle it, I've been married to this hustle, this is my ring, watch I step in it, And I ain't even got a yard, but I'ma get it here. Watch how I touch down, pulling plans out the clutch. Everybody getting crushed, the cut down is for us now. Have to work something, cause I had nothing in my pocket. Yeah, I did all that. Big plans, partners trying to make profits. Yeah, I did all that. Work, sweat, and tears breaking, even no ends. Yeah, I did all that. Had to make it happen. Putting hours in my practice, I did all that. Yeah, I can't take no loss. Yeah, I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. Yeah, I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, run it. Ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. I really feel it's my time, think it's my. Run it, I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, run it. Ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. I really feel it's my time, think it's my pen ready. Used to hold myself back, my self-esteem damn petty. Gotta keep on chugging, ran through everything in front of me. Might smoke bed heavy, got a whole agenda. Can't aspire to get ahead, so bump that, it's no surrender. Got a dollar flipped up, I'm trying to get it in FT to get them when they're hand and crypto. Learn how to fix that. I don't really hold out of books, but I'ma learn how to fix that. Some opportunities and never come unless you paying attention, so no, I can't miss that. Moving, MVP, I got the record, I might have to prove something. Big jumper worthy, they gon' have to retire my jersey early. Whole crew coming, had to work something, cause I had nothing in my pocket. Yeah, I did all that. Big plans, partners trying to make profits. Yeah, I did all that. Work, sweat, and tears breaking, even no ends. Yeah, I did all that. Had to make it happen. Putting hours in my practice, I did all that. Yeah, I can't take no loss. Yeah, I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. Yeah, I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off.
Welcome back to the Angry Man Podcast with Jason and Greg. He is Jason, the chosen one, and I am Greg, a legend in my own mind. Jay, we are back. I know that it says 12:30, but in fact it is 2 o'clock or 2:09. But we had to do this special edition of the Angry Man Podcast due to the fact that there is a Super Bowl today. So we want to make sure that people have the opportunity to not have to choose between both their favorite pastime or sport, which is football, I'm assuming, and the Angry Man Podcast, which is the #1 podcast in the world. Yeah, I said it. Now, let's go ahead and start off by thanking the people that support the channel, Rock Dog Interactive. If there's anything that you need in regards to your web design, logo design, Rock Dog Interactive, they can give it to you. They can work with you. They are a partner to you in order to help bring your vision to life. Black Father Figures, that is the League of Legacies, doing wonderful work out here in the community. Go check out the League of Legacies and everything that he's doing. And of course, www.nadajvodka.com. The best tasting vodka that is out there. I got a little bit right there on my stand, Jay. I'm on a dry February though, so I'm not doing any drinking. But it is the best tasting vodka I've tasted in a while. Kiwi flavored. I can drink it straight. I can mix it with other drinks. www.nadazvodka.com. Out of Jacksonville, Florida. You can find it in select stores, and it also is black owned. Black owned, ladies and gentlemen, a vodka company other than P. Diddy, which he doesn't even own his anymore. That is black owned. So go check it out. www.nadazvodka.com. Jay, let's jump into it. What do you got for me, guy? Oh, look, before we go there, let's go ahead and recognize the people that are currently in the chat. John Mack. What the hell is that sound? Do you hear that? Oh, sorry. That was my phone. First of all, John Mack, what's going on with you? Let Jay, salute. Team Gill, what's going on with your fam? Gina, hey Gina, what's going on? Andre Noble, and that's all I see in the chat. We got 16 people in the building. If you haven't had the opportunity yet, please smash the like button so other people can find this great content. Jay, let's kick it off. Where do you want to go first?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm gonna have to block Lil J. He keep talking about let him cook. To block Lil J. But now, well, there was a fight over on Thursday night. You know, I guess Thursday night's a new night for big time boxing. So it was a fight with Teo and Jamaine Ortiz was the headline, the main event rather. Teo got the victory. I felt he did not deserve that victory. I felt he lost that fight, and a lot of other people felt the same way. Teo, after the fight, told everyone and there the suck his you know what, to the fans. I don't know how he thinks that's going to help him out at all. They had maybe 6,000 people in attendance there. So, I mean, I think Ortiz could have done more in that fight, but I think he did enough to win that fight. He did more than what Teo did. Teo was looking bad, and he was just outboxing him in that fight there. And then along there was also Keeshawn Davis, who looked good in his fight against Jose Pedraza. He knocked him out, I believe, in the 7th round. He stopped him in. I actually fell asleep. I fell asleep. I'm not used to these fights on a weekday, so that's kind of tough for me on that. But Keeshawn Davis looked good. He called out Teo after the fight as well. So, I mean, I thought it was a decent fight by Keeshawn. Teo, I felt he lost that fight again, like he lost against Sandor Martin. What's your thoughts on those two fights? Oh, also, Abdullah Mason. That kid's a beast. He had a nasty knockout in that fight card on Thursday night too.
Yeah, I'm gonna start with Keeshawn Davis. It was what we expected. We thought Keeshawn Davis would look good against Pedraza. Pedraza had moved up in weight and was brought back down to face Keeshawn Davis, and he's a little bit long in the tooth. And I've said this on multiple occasions. A good promoter and matchmaker are going to put you in the ring with somebody that makes you look good. And that is not a knock towards any fighter. That is what you do as you're grooming a young fighter. So they put him in the ring with Pedraza, a little bit of name recognition. We've seen him in the ring with Gervonta Davis, which I'll get to that in a second because I saw something interesting on that. But, he was a guy that was put in place to make Keeshawn look good. And Keeshawn looked good. And I like the way that Keeshawn has been approaching these things here, Jay, lately in terms of his level of maturity. Talking about the fact that, the weed is a possibility that it hindered him. That's a convenient excuse, of course, because before it was his tummy. But just his whole approach to the game, Jay, in the lead up to the fight was something that I was impressed with. And that's a good look on Keeshawn Davis as far as I'm concerned. So I like that. As far as the end of the fight, as he was calling out, or let's move to the Teofimo stuff, where he's calling out Teofimo Lopez. Well, of course, he's not going to get an opportunity to fight Teofimo Lopez. We all know that that's not going to occur. So in that respect, it's clout chasing, right? There's no way you're getting in the ring. Like, why are you ringside talking to Teofimo Lopez, saying that you will knock him out, that you'll get in the ring and take the belt from him? Yeah, regardless of what Tio said, though, bro, it's like you know that's not going to occur. So leave that alone and just move forward with whoever's next for you, whoever top rank is lining up for him. Now, did they mention some names in terms of who they wanted to put him in the ring with? I'm trying to remember. I heard a name, but I can't quite recall what name it was.
Navarrete. That's who he wanted because Navarrete is fighting for the vacant WBC belt.
Yeah, but there was another name.
Some belt. I forget what it is, but that's the main person talking about fighting at 135.
That may be the main person he was talking about, but there was someone else they were talking about as far as Keeshawn Davis. I can't recall the name right now. Maybe it'll come back to me. But overall, good performance. I like what Keeshawn did. I like how Top Rank is moving him. They're moving him in a smart way, and they're moving him in a way that's going to maximize his earning potential as well as maximize his opportunities to reach his goal. So that's what I got to say about Keeshawn Davis. Now, one thing I did want to touch on is the fact that I saw on Twitter a lot of people trying to compare this to Gervonta Davis as though, look at this. Devin is about to beat Ryan Garcia, which is something that we're talking about. Keeshawn has already beat Pedraza, the two best wins on Gervonta Davis' resume. Pedraza is a great win on Gervonta Davis' resume. Yeah, he's a great win, but he was also a much younger version of himself, and he was still at 135 when Tank fought him. So those are two. That comparison is so poor. It's amazing, yet people still are willing to make it, and it's so interesting that people are so willing to just say anything that fits their narrative. It's crazy. Anyway,
also Greg, don't forget Pedraza was undefeated when Tank beat him. That was his first loss.
Yeah. Exactly.
So it's crazy.
It's absurd that they do that. Now, moving over to Teofimo Lopez. Teo, I say this all the time, Jay. I'm going to say it again. And if it bothers somebody in the chat or anyone that sees this later, that is your issue because, I think if it resonates with you in terms of your favorite fighter, then more than likely it's true. You should never base what a fighter is just off of one fight. I've gone back and I've talked about matchmaking. I've talked about styles, right, Jay? Styles make fights. And certain styles will present certain challenges to specific opponents. It's as clear as day. We've seen it multiple times. And just because a fighter was extremely dominant over one fighter, making the assertion that, because this fighter's style is somewhat similar, that they will then be also dominant over this guy. No. All pressure fighters aren't made in the same mold. All defensive fighters aren't made in the same mold. All boxer punchers are not made in the same mold. You know what I'm saying? So stylistically, certain fighters and what they bring to the table will like Ryan Garcia. Do I think Ryan Garcia is going to win the fight with Devin Haney? Well, I'm not going to tell you yet because we got to do more videos, and that's more content. But just because Devin Haney was dominant over Regis Prograis doesn't mean he will dominate Ryan Garcia. You know what I mean? It just doesn't mean that. Just because we've seen a fighter be dominant doesn't mean that they're going to be dominant in their next fight. It's more so about looking at the total body of work. So now let's take that back to Teofimo. Teofimo looked dominant against Josh Taylor, right? Absolutely dominant. But we also saw him look ordinary against Sandor Martin, who we tried to get on the platform, but unfortunately he only feels comfortable speaking in Spanish. So it might be challenging to get him on. And then we saw him struggle with Kambosos as well. And we saw him beat Lomachenko. So my thing is take not saying necessarily the entire body of work, but you should at least be looking at the last 5, 6, 7 fights and using that as your baseline for what you think a fighter is. Going into the fight against Jamaine Ortiz, he looked to be a heavy favorite. I think it was 11-1, something like that.
11 or 7, something like that. It was big.
Yeah, big, huge favorite. And yet, I thought he lost the fight. You thought he lost the fight because Ortiz was able to capitalize on what we saw from Sandor Martin. And Teofimo struggles to cut off the ring. He gets clipped a lot once he gets on the inside after chasing. And so he struggled in that fight. And so if you would have thought about Teofimo Lopez before, we thought he would have crushed the guy, and he actually lost the fight. So this is the reason why I say you shouldn't do that. Teo got an opportunity to walk out of that fight with a gift win. It's clear as day that to me, a lot of people are going to say you got to take it from the champion, right? You got to take it from the champion. I mean, man, you beat him, you beat him. I don't care if you beat him by one. And that's what's wrong with boxing, because they try to use something that's subjective now. What does it mean you got to take it from the champion? What does that mean? This guy won more rounds, in my opinion, and he was not as active as he needed to be, Jason. But a part of that was after he got hit in the eye, right? When they clash heads, to me, his offense, his offense, he was less active after the hit. But I thought he won the fight. I thought it was 116 to 112. I can get people arguing that they didn't like the style of Jamaine Ortiz, but I still think he won the fight. And where does Teofimo go from here? Well, certainly it won't be Devin Haney, even if Devin Haney wasn't in the fight, because at the end of the day, Teofimo Lopez, he wouldn't match up well against Devin. And I saw somebody in the comment section say, well, Devin is not a southpaw. But I don't think it's just him being a southpaw that's the issue. It's cut it off the ring that's the issue. Certainly, they're not going to put him in the ring with Terrence Crawford at this point. I mean, he'd fillet him. Crawford would fillet him. I mean, that would be ugly. Ugly.
Crawford go to jail. He's going to jail after that ass whip. What he's going to do to him? He's going to jail.
He'd commit a crime. So that's not going to happen. So respect to Teo. Maybe he'll go and look at Sabril Matias. But I thought he lost that fight, dog.
Yeah, a lot of people thought he lost that fight. The fact that he just makes it seem like no one wants to fight me, which is bullshit. No one wants to fight. When he backed himself into the corner, Ortiz came in there and Ortiz won that exchange. But albeit no one landed like devastating shots on one another, but Ortiz outdid him in those encounters. So I'm like, nah, Teo, you lost that fight, bro. You didn't do anything on it. You showed that you couldn't cut the ring off. I mean, the way he just kept, he looked flat-footed when he was coming towards the Teo, just floating around, coming after him, chasing him. And they getting mad, tell him to come at him in the ring. Ortiz comes towards him, wins that exchange, ducks out. And the thing about it is, Ortiz did the same thing. Ortiz didn't change his game plan. He kept exiting to his right every time. But Teo couldn't figure that out for whatever reason. He couldn't figure out how to stop that and cut that off. Ortiz didn't change his game plans at all. So, I mean, that's on Teo on that.
I agree. He wasn't forced to change how he was doing anything. Teo didn't force him to do anything any different.
Yeah, so if you can't cut the ring off, I mean, that's one of the criticisms we had with Boots when Boots fought Karan. But the difference is Boots made more impact on Karan than Teo ever did against Ortiz. That was a huge difference. That's why it was easier for me to say Boots won that fight hands down, where Teo was struggling. He got outlanded, compromise, whatever. He got outlanded by Ortiz, outlanded by a couple punches as well. And Teo looked bad in his misses, man. Teo was swinging and hitting the ropes and stuff. He made him look bad. And Teo talked all that shit. Now Ortiz talked a lot of shit, said he was going to knock him out. That set Teo up to make think he was just going to sit there and trade with him. How you going to get mad at me when we're supposed to be fighting and I won't sit there and let you hit me? It's boxing, idiot. I'm supposed to hit and don't get hit. I'm not going to sit here and let you hit me and tee off on me. Nah, you mad at that? Stop me. Cut the ring off on me. I'm doing the same thing. I'm exiting to my right every time. You haven't figured that out yet in 12 rounds? You say you've been fighting for 13, over half of your life? You said you're a Hall of Famer already. You say you're this, you say you're that. Prove it. You didn't. So now he says his next fight is going to be in Honduras. He ain't fighting nobody. No one of value that's going to go down to Honduras. He's going to cherry pick somebody. Fight in Honduras, and then come back here and then do what he wants to do. But I mean, dude is a mental case, in my opinion, as far as like the way he he views things in a different way than anyone else. He thinks he's the best. He calls himself the second coming of Muhammad Ali. Tio is a trip, man. He can be funny to listen to, but damn, in the ring, he lost to Ortiz. He lost Ortiz, point blank. Period.
Yeah, I got him losing to Ortiz. And we'll see what goes. We'll see what comes up with him next. I'm curious to see how Top Rank moves him next. I know this is probably a different topic, and maybe we can touch on this for a second as well. But I don't know what's the next step for Top Rank in general, man. When you look at the last few cards from Top Rank, and I know there's a ton of criticism out there for the March 30th fight between Keith Thurman and Tim Tszyu, and it is what it is. But when you look at Top Rank's fights, I mean, I think they said they had a capacity crowd of what was it, like 6,900 or something like that?
I think it's barely 6,000, just above 6,000. I don't think it was close to 7. Could be wrong, but it still wasn't a good showing. Yeah,
not a good showing. Then when you think about the actual main card and the overall performance of that card, you had your last 2 fights on Thursday, or at least the last 2 fights that were on Thursday. They were absolute snore fest. And that can't be something that ESPN is happy about in terms of the overall viewership and the quality of the product that was being presented. So we'll see what Top Rank ends up going from there. But Teofimo Lopez, I don't know. I don't know what his next step is. Rolly's tied up. Ryan's tied up. Devin's tied up. And I don't think the winner out of Devin and Ryan will be in a position to fight him unless Teofimo is willing to wait till later in the year. I don't know. We'll see what ends up happening with him, dude. I don't know. Let me read out what Molly Mall had to say. 199. Tio's career has a hard ceiling, and he can't see it. It looks like that. It looks like that. It certainly looks like that.
The Tio that fought Josh Taylor, that Tio was on point, but also he had the right opponent in front of him for him to be on point too, as well.
Yeah, exactly. So, that's exactly right. Styles makes fights, dog. And you get the right opponent in front of you, you'll look like $1,000,000. You get the wrong opponent in front of you, and you can look extremely bad. And that's why I've said, I love the way Bill Haney is moving Devin Haney, because I think Bill is moving Devin in a way where he's getting a lot of name recognized individuals and opponents across the ring from him, but stylistically they do match up well with Devin. And it's smart. It's smart thinking. Yeah. You match Devin up with the right opponent, and Devin probably won't look like that, right? But there's nothing wrong with what they're doing. They're building up his profile, and they're positioning Devin to be a star. And let me just comment on one other thing before we move to the next topic that we have on the agenda. I thought this was interesting, Jay. Devin Haney sold 130,000 pay-per-view buys announced by BFTP Boxing. Didn't see it anywhere else. I have not seen anyone corroborate that. He just came out with breaking news, and Devin Haney reposted it. I thought that was
funny.
I thought it was interesting, to say the least. All right, Jay, before we move on to the next topic on the agenda, we got 55 people in the building, and I don't know how many likes, because for whatever reason, when I have it in this format, I can't see crap. 31 likes. We got 59 people and 31 likes. If you get the opportunity, folks, please smash the like button so people can find this content. And if you're new to the channel, this is the Angry Man Podcast, AM Sports Media. We are always dropping boxing related content. We used to drop documentaries until they kept flagging our channel for us, so we haven't been doing that as much lately, but hopefully we'll get the opportunity to do some more of that as well. But definitely fight breakdowns, commentary on the things that are currently going on in the sport. You name it, we do it here at AM Sports Media. So smash the subscribe button. And if you are a subscriber, consider becoming a member. Memberships is just $2.99 a month. This week, we're sending out these cool trucker hats that we got to some of our members who have been supporting the channel. So make sure you think about becoming a member. $2.99 a month. It certainly helps the channel continue to grow and bring you guys this great content. Hey, and we take super thanks and super likes as well. So if you guys feel so inclined, please do so. All right, Jay. What's next on the agenda?
Yeah. Just good quick comment on Team Gill. Team Gill says Styles makes fights for limited fighters. Floyd, Ward, and even Bud, who has never been in a close fight regardless of style of his opponents. That I agree with him saying that Styles may fight to some limited fighters, because if you're limited, if you're going to fight in one way, then you're going to struggle with anyone else. So I agree with that. Now, as far as never been a close fight, I think he was only talking about Bud, not Florida Andre Ward.
So let me tell you something about Team Gill, and that's my guy. I'm probably going to receive a text message after I say this. But Team Gill is a 100% Terrence Crawford homer. And Styles make fights for all fighters, not just some, all fighters. I don't care how adaptable you are, how much ability you have. There's someone that brings something to the table that gives you problems. Mean Machine gave him some problems, and I really don't even. This show ain't even supposed to be. I'm done. I'm not even talking about that. Let's move on. Styles makes fights for all fighters. I don't want to talk anything about Terrence Crawford today at all. Go ahead, man. What's the next topic?
Well, stay around Top Rank. So there could be a rift between Shakur and Top Rank. You know, he's been upset with them, and he really started tweeting once they made the fight for Navarrete, the fight for a vacant belt that he thought he was going to be fighting Navarrete for. So he started tweeting, and that's when, he did the whole retirement thing, and he's keeping the belt, saying that anyone that wants to be undisputed 135, they still have to come through him. So basically, you're not retired. You're just taking your basketball until you can pick the team that you want to play on the court, basically what you're doing. But he says he only has one fight left. Even last year, he said he had one fight left in his contract. So one fight left, and then he's going to be a free agent. And he kind of seems like he's not going to re-sign with them. He already rejected a 5-fight deal with them.
Mm-hmm.
He rejected it already. So, I definitely think there's a rift between him and Top Rank. This is the same thing that happened with Top Rank on a lot of their fighters, Floyd, Bud, now Shakur. It's wash, rinse, and repeat with them. It's the same thing over and over again. So I'm cool with him getting his last fight and getting up out of there. I want to see what he does once he's done with Top Rank. I want to see how he moves. If I'm him, he may not like Devin Haney and the Haneys at all, but that's the model you want to follow right now. The most current recent model for him, that's the model you follow. Bet on yourself, and you control the narrative where you want to be with, where you want to fight with Matchroom, the Zone, going about whoever you want. You'll be an independent free agent to do what you want to do. You won't be pigeonholed to Top Rank like he is currently right now.
Yeah. What is he guaranteed? Like he's supposed to. They gave him like a $15 million extension or something like that he declined.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. It's always somewhat baffling to me that fighters with a certain style would go to Top Rank. And I'm not just saying like African American fighters, because quite frankly, Top Rank has successfully promoted African American fighters. So what I find to be odd is that when you think about like Floyd, when you think about the other individual, and you see their styles, and their styles aren't necessarily the most fan friendly, or their personalities aren't even the most fan friendly, then why would you take that same path? That's the part that I struggle with, right? Like, why would you take that path going down that? They have not proven to be able to successfully promote the slick fighter, the high IQ fighter that goes in there and tries to outbox his opponent. Top Rank just doesn't do a good job with that right now. So Shakur signing with them, I don't know. That was an interesting move. It'll be. I don't know. Who do you think he ends up signing with if he does really end up leaving Top Rank? Because I don't know. Maybe he signs back with them anyway. What are your thoughts on that?
If he wants to stay around the 135, 140, where the most fighters are, he wants to follow Devin. He wants to follow Devin and Ryan, go on that side of town. Whether it's Golden Boy or Matchroom. Probably Matchroom would have more fighters at the 140 mark, because he's not that far from 140. So I mean, that's the route. If he wants to stay around that, they go there or go to PBC. You know, I wouldn't stay with Top Rank.
If I had to guess, I think it would be Matchroom. That was the first name that popped into my mind, Matchroom.
Yeah.
Maybe that's not what happens, but that was definitely the first name that popped into my mind. I think PBC is probably off the table, and here's why. I don't think PBC has ever done any business with a fighter that is managed by James Prince, Lil J. So I don't think he's going to, unless Lil J is not going to be a part of his team any longer, which that wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if Lil J is not a part of his team anymore. So I don't know, man. We'll see what ends up going there, but there's definitely a rift. I don't. If I had to guess, I don't think he's going to go. Like, I think maybe there's like a 20% chance, 30% chance he signs back to Top Rank. I think more than likely he's gone. Just my opinion.
Yeah, I think he's gone. I think he's gone just because of the way things have been going on and the way he's been tweeting and the way he's been talking. He's already turned out one extension from them. So, and the fact that the way he just got screwed over with this fight here, not getting a fight with Loma, not getting a fight with Navarrete. I mean, how many more times you want him slapping me in your face, dude? I'll be out of there after this fight here. Plus, his next fight, I don't think it's going to be a major fight anyway for him because they're not going to let him fight another one of their champions. Because if he beats him, he's a free agent. He takes that with him. They no longer can say they got a champion on their banner at that weight class. So I don't see his next fight being anything major. I think it'll be just a little regular fight, stay busy fight soon, and he'll be all out of there.
Wouldn't surprise me whatsoever, at all. Anyway, that's really all I got for Shakur Stevenson.
So staying around that weight class, 135, 140, it's official. Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney has been announced. Both of them announcing it. They had a little dramatic dust up where Ryan pushed Devin and Bill Haney saying he wanted to fight Ryan for whatever reason. I think they could have left that little drama out of it. It's not necessary to build a fight in that manner. I mean, they got plenty of history. They fought 6 times in the amateurs. There's 3-3. I think it's going to be a decent fight between the two since they do have that history with one another. But what I find odd and funny is the way people were pretty much shitting on Ryan Garcia when Tank fought him. But now that Devin's fighting him, some people are like, "Oh my gosh, this is the best thing ever." Devin Ryan's awesome. But when Ryan fought Tank, he wasn't nothing but a glorified IG model. So the goalposts have been shifted on there. I thought both ways it was a decent fight for both fighters, whether it was Tank or Devin. But I think this fight here is going to be pretty good. I think it's going to be pretty good just because of how they're going to build it. I don't like the little scripted dust up they did. It was not necessary. It wasn't needed.
Yeah, that was WWE. And I dare anybody to say otherwise. When I watched it, because I didn't even know what exactly it was at first. And I'm like, hold up, this looks like this is really like after they've announced the fight, right? And
they just have to meet up.
And yeah, they're just there. Like, how did that end up happening, right? And so as they're talking, it looks real, it feels real, But then right at the end, right before Ryan pushed him, to me, Devin did this little odd movement where he kind of dipped to his right and kind of just leaned forward a little bit. Yeah, and then that's when Ryan pushed him. Boom. And I'm like, hold up, that posture and that move into the left and kind of leaning in a little bit for the push, like it was a very odd movement considering you and the individual that you are arguing with are there face to face, and you just kind of lean into it. It made no sense whatsoever. So that's what made me think it was staged, and then they just happened to be there at the same time. The other thing that I noticed about that whole dust up, Jay, well, outside of Bill Haney, like Bill Haney was like, "Come on, man, bro, come on."
He was on. Yeah, I was like, "Really, Bill?
Man, $10 hour working ass ninja." I was like, "Man,
hold me back."
Bill, come on, man. Come on, Bill. Stop it, Bill. Stop it. No, shout out to Bill Haney, man. I like what he doing for his son, but stop it. I heard that. Well, should I? Nah, I ain't gonna say that on here. People gonna really think we hate Devin Haney if I were to say that. So let me shut up. Let's just say.
I know what you're talking about.
Bill's. I've heard Bill is making the rounds to certain creators. Let's just say that. So the other thing that I noticed about the whole dust up, Jay, that I thought was interesting was Devin's head. Devin's head, like when you look at Devin's head versus, and this isn't me trying to be funny or anything. When you look at Devin's head versus Ryan's head, guys, if you get the opportunity, if you're right there in front of a laptop, please don't leave the stream now. But if you have a separate device that you can go and look at that dust up, compare their head sizes, please. Devin's head looks huge compared to Ryan's. And the reason why I bring that up is because I just think structurally, Devin is just bigger. Devin is just bigger structurally. Like his head is bigger. He's broader. He looks kind of thicker paws. You know what I'm saying? Like he's just a bigger framed guy. And so I think Devin's a freaking middleweight, dude. Devin's huge, man.
168, 165. The fighter, not in the fight with Regis. But you know what's also funny about that whole dust up? Ryan was there by himself.
Mm-hmm. P-Dog, I said pause. P-Dog, damn. I said pause. But not reset.
But the thing is this is like Devin. I think Devin just really wants to take care of business with him and get him up out of the way. You know, that's one thing I respect Devin because of the way he's not just the way he's being moved, but his resume, who he's fighting and everything. The whole deal with him and Shakur, that doesn't really bother me. But the fight that Devin's fighting Ryan, some people said he wouldn't fight. He's already fought Kambosos, he's fought Lomachenko, he's fought Regis. He went up to 140 and fought one of the potential boogeyman that some people may have thought. I thought Regis was probably one of the best ones at 140. Him, Sabril Matias at the time. He dog walked them. You know, he dominated Regis easily. You know, which is Regis was tailor-made for him, of course, but just to avoid that power and stay on point the whole fight, I give Devin a lot of props for that. So Devin's someone that's really going to better himself and will go out there and fight basically anyone, I believe.
Let me address a couple of things in the chat. So Bernard Wright said it just seems like Haney is on another level. What do you mean by Haney's on another level? And then Lindell Hampton, are you trying to say he's on PEDs? So let me make something very clear. I am not saying Devin Haney is on any performance enhancing drugs. If you've seen this channel, you know that we have said that we don't believe any of these fighters are on performance enhancing drugs. Specifically, a fighter that we will not discuss on this live stream today, but we've made a whole video stating that we didn't believe that he was on nothing. So I'm of the mindset and innocent until proven guilty unless I'm seeing you show some ungodly change in your abilities, or you're carrying up a level of power or power and speed up a weight class that we have never seen demonstrated before in our lives. It's almost like a guy that's 38 or 39 years old, averaging 30, 10 and 10, right? You don't see those things. And so when you don't see those things, you have to question those things as being illegitimate. And so when you see those things, you know who is the true GOAT, Michael Jeffrey Jordan. But yeah, I digress. I know I just digressed there, Jay, but no, man, at the end of the day, I just think Devin just looked like a big dude to me, man. Devin just looks big to me. Much bigger than even Ryan. I thought Ryan was pretty big, but Ryan looks smaller compared to Devin. Devin looks big, man.
Yeah. Yeah, some people are saying, does Devin have to stop Ryan faster than Tank did, or will he get more props since there's no rehydration clauses, no catch weights, things of that nature there? I just think Devin just needs to be Devin. Devin's not going to be someone that's going to be a one-hitter quitter. That's not Devin. Devin's going to go in the ring and outclass you and outbox you with his ring IQ. You know, whether this Ryan here, we don't know if this is a better Ryan or not, or worse Ryan until he gets in the ring and see how he looks. He can blame, I was dehydrated, da, 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 da. He was just at 135 a couple of fights before he fought Tank. He had never fought at really 140 because the other fights were supposed to be at 135. They said the other fighters couldn't make 135, which is why they moved it up for the catch weights for Ryan to fight those two fighters. Now, I don't think Devin needs to knock Ryan out. Devin just needs to be Devin and outbox him.
Here's my thing, and I see a lot of comments in the comment section. Benai Wright said he's way better, he being Devin Haney. I keep trying to tell people that you got to consider all things. Devin, one fight doesn't make Devin levels above anybody else. He was in the ring with a guy that was matched up against him. Did he look otherworldly against Lomachenko? Because there are a lot of people that had him catching the L against Lomachenko. I had him winning against Lomachenko. Jay, I think you had him winning against Lomachenko. But there's a lot of people had him catching the L against Lomachenko. That fight was close. Did he look otherworldly or on another level against that guy? He was in the ring with a guy that he matched up well with. It's just that simple. And I'm not knocking Devin. Devin is a tremendous fighter. But I don't think you're going to see him have that level of dominance over someone like Tank or, Shakur. He's not going to have anywhere near that level of dominance. Those going to be real fights that I would favor him to lose, to be quite honest with you. Let's see. Yeah. Well, maybe not Shakur. He got to be 30 pounds bigger than Shakur now. Oh, I'm sorry, Honeybee. Honeybee said I skipped this last question. I missed it, Honeybee. Where's your last question?
Oh, Honeybee said, so you're setting up PED excuse when beats Canelo. Nah.
When who beats Canelo?
The guy that you will not talk about.
What do we just did? Didn't I just say we did a whole video saying that we didn't think that guy was on anything? So okay, so we can move on now. So let's see. There was something else I wanted to address. Oh, way better than Garcia. Yeah, I agree with you there. I totally agree with you there. I thought there was something else I wanted to address.
Oh yeah, definitely. Right Devin just continuously gotten better and better, I think, over time. The only knock he does have is the punching power, as far as like people want to see someone getting dragged and getting knocked out.
Hey, Brian S. That is exactly right. Brian S. That's what we talk about all the time. Somebody will mistake this channel for something that they heard somewhere else, and so we said it too. No, we didn't say it. We didn't say it. There's channels that are associated with our channel that talk about that stuff. We haven't. That's not our. We ain't talked about no PEDs, none of that stuff. We haven't done any of that. So I don't know why y'all bringing that up to us. We don't talk about that.
Hey Greg, I got a question for you. So everyone talks about how fast Ryan is. What beats speed?
Timing.
What does Devin have?
Timing.
Okay.
Let's pause right here real quick. We got 91 people in the building, 45 likes. Guys, if you're in the building, smash the like button, man. Come on. The like button is free for you. Smash it. So other people can find this great content that we're producing here today. And also, if this is your first time on the channel, this is the Angry Man Podcast and Sports Media, where we're always bringing you boxing related content. Very, very, very soon, we're going to be bringing you college football related content on a brand new channel. So expect that to be coming out very soon. I hope you college football fans will be excited about that. Jason and I are going to venture over into college football, and we'll be in the two sports that we are most passionate about. If you are in the chat or you're a subscriber and you're thinking about becoming a member, I would advise you to do it. Membership is $2.99. We are sending out these cool hats this week to folks who are members. So please consider becoming a member. It's $2.99 a month. It does help out with the channel. I guess you guys noticed, but man, producing YouTube content is not cheap. Well, actually, it can be very cheap if your stream looks like shit. And I've seen a lot of people who have streams up that looks like horse shit. They look bad. But if you want your stream to look good and you want to bring quality content, then hey, it takes a little bit of dollars. So please consider becoming members, and we wholeheartedly accept super chats and super thanks. Yeah, as well. Yeah. All right, guys, let's go ahead and move to the next.
Real quick. So Brian, I wouldn't say Devin is majorly chinny because we seen Devin rock one time that I recall where he was really doing a stink leg. That was against one punch against Linares towards the end of the round. That's the only time, to be fair, I've seen him rock. That's like saying Floyd's chinny because Floyd got rocked against Shane. We really didn't see Floyd get rocked a lot at all. Get hit straight. So I can't say Devin is chinny. And no, I'm not comparing Devin to Floyd. Please don't take that as that route neither. But I'm not saying Devin is chinny. I can't say he's chinny just because of that one hit. Now if it continued after that, I would have been like, oh shit, he's in trouble. But we'll see if that chin if he gets tapped the next fight. We'll see.
Let's see. Oh, we got some college football fans in the building. Oh, I can't wait to see y'all over there, boy. Y'all gonna love it. Who we have in the
y'all gonna
Super
see
Bowl
a different
tonight?
side of some things too.
Yeah, our college football takes a completely different from boxing. I can tell you that for sure. So Jay, who you got tonight in the Super Bowl? I ain't
I
never
don't
called.
care.
I ain't never called. You know what, John Mack, you almost pulled me into it, John. I refuse.
I saw it too. I was like, I'm not going to do it.
Nope, not interested.
Now, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with KC tonight. I'm gonna
I'm
go with
going.
KC tonight.
I'm going with the Niners. So we'll see who wins.
I'm gonna tell you why I'm going. I'm going with KC just because I want Pat Mahomes to get another Super Bowl ring, so he can get closer and closer to getting rid of Tom Brady from people saying he's the GOAT and stuff like that. So
No,
I'm a
I
Tom
want.
Brady hater. I admit it.
Yeah,
I
I
say
want
it,
Tom. I want Tom
and I
Brady
got
to
reasons
remain the
behind
GOAT.
it too. But we'll talk about it some other time.
Yeah, I want Tom Brady to remain the GOAT, and I want him to remain the GOAT because I don't want none of these young boys to take it from him. Plus, I know it'll get at your craw. So
That's the only reason. That's the only reason you want him to stay keep it like that.
he's the
Anyway,
GOAT, man.
so moving on back to boxing. So one thing that came out, recent on YSM, Bozy was talking about Boots' return will probably be May. May on the Canelo undercard.
Yeah, man.
Who he's fighting, we don't know. Bozy was talking about how, they've had several people pull out before, namely Crody Carley. Mario Barrios was the one they were supposed to actually headline the March 30th card. They're supposed to be the headliners to fight Mario Barrios, but Mario Barrios advised, his girlfriend or fiance or significant other is having a baby and needed more time. So that's why we don't know if it was postponed till May or if he just pulled out because of that. That's a totally different situation because he said he wanted more time. He needed more time to get prepared, which is understandable, but it's been bad for Boots because Boots had 4 opponents pull out over the last 7 months. So, I mean, hopefully it'll be Boots and Barrios. Bozy said they want Barrios because that's for the unification for the WBC, I believe it was, on that side there. So hopefully that goes that route on there. So hopefully more to come sooner or later. I know Boots posted a video saying that he's in the lab. He'll see us soon. I know Stanionis posted a video saying that he'll see us soon as well. So I'm like, I doubt it's Stanionis. Because Stanionis has already said in December that he would love to fight Boots, but he wants to get at least a couple of tune-ups in to be prepared for Boots, which is understandable because Stanionis hasn't fought in a long time, not to his own fault. I mean, he was supposed to fight Ortiz. Ortiz got sick, had rhabdo. Then they had a rematch, had it rescheduled. Then I believe Stanionis had tonsillitis. Then again with Ortiz had rhabdo again. So it's not Stanionis' fight because I think he definitely wants to fight. I would love to see that fight once Stanionis is ready to fight Boots. But in May, I think it's probably going to be Barrios.
Yeah, I don't know who it's gonna be. Barrios is a good fight for him though. Boots has really struggled to get the opportunity to get in the ring and really showcase his skills. And it's just because of, a lack of willingness to get into the ring with him. And I understand it. When you think about the business nature of boxing and the fact that, he's very high risk and low reward for a lot of fighters, specifically those who have ventured into pay-per-view and they've been relatively successful in that area, it's going to be challenging to get Jaron Ennis opportunities to get into the ring with some of the top tier fighters. And we hear, because he's stuck between a rock and a hard place, right? And in one breath, you hear people talking about who has he fought. In another breath, you can't fight anybody until a person gives you an opportunity. And those people and their fan bases continue to say, who has he fought? So he just needs to. He's not going to get the top echelon names in any division because there's not a willingness, and he's going to have to. There's going to have to be, I think, an awakening, if you will, of, or maybe by his team, where you're going to have to promote Boots in a way where you can make his name recognizable against some of the opponents that he's in the ring with. Whether that's personality wise or what, you need to make it more attractive for Jaron Ennis to make him more attractive to opposition, and that way you can get him in the ring with some of the fighters that you want to see him in the ring with. But right now, I don't think you're really going to get. You're not going to really see the upper echelon fighters or even some of the mid-level fighters show a willingness to get into the ring with him. They're going to have to build his profile against the opponents that they can get and make him interesting and present him to people that, may not be hardcore boxing fans, maybe casual fans, or you need to get the spotlight on him a little bit more. Maybe he's doing more interviews, going around to more different, more platforms, getting his face exposed more on YSM and getting the opportunity to showcase his personality as well, to help grow him. And I'm not sitting up here trying to say that I'm a promoter or anything like that I know what I'm doing, because I don't. That's not my background. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just speaking of high level. I just feel like they're going to have to do something with Jaron Ennis to make him appeal to, I don't know, just boost his popularity. Like maybe go around to different YouTube channels and pay them money to boast about your fighter. That's probably something that you can do. It seems to work for some fighters, right, Jay? Am I right or am I wrong about that? Jay, are you there?
Yeah, it went out for a second.
Went out for who? You?
Yeah, for me.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I just, I was just telling the folks that, they, Team Ennis may have to go around to some of these YouTube channels and start paying them to get positive press. YouTube is a powerful tool for making fighters popular. And I don't know if a lot of people know that, but it is. And so some of your larger outlets that you see, they are receiving money to pump propaganda to you guys. I ain't saying no names, because I don't really know all of them either, so I can't necessarily say that, but that's definitely occurring. Some people going, some people
it definitely is. I mean, for Boots, I was reading some of the chat. I could see the chat, I just couldn't hear anything. But I mean, as far as Boots, I don't want Boots to get out of character and just go out and just start talking shit, just because they already said that's not his character, But he needs to get people really to, once he secures a decent fight and handles business again, I think that'll automatically go up there. But he definitely needs some people to help promote him even better, get out there. It's just sad that you have to step outside your character. I'm saying you got to sell the fight, but you shouldn't have to sell the fight by stepping outside your character completely, to the point where you're not being authentic. Because he does that, then people are like, oh, he's a fraud, he's faking. That's not who he is, So it can't have it both ways. I just rather Boots just be who he is, and hopefully, if he needs to move up to 154, go up to 154, and make people come to you. One way or another, you gotta get people to come to you, because right now 147 is not many there. It's not many. Virgil's not there no more. Emmanuel still needs time to get up to snuff. The other two fighters that fought for undisputed, they're not there anymore. So I think he just needs to just try to get this last fight at 147, just go up to 154, and then hopefully he can get a shot. Whoever wins out of Zoo, and Zoo still gonna have the belt, so hopefully he can get a shot at Zoo next and get that belt, and then he'll make people come to him.
Yeah. Makes sense. All right, man. Let's. I think that was the last topic, wasn't it? The last official topic.
Yeah, that's the last official topic.
So I'm going to get the phone lines open, but what I'm going to say is I'm doing this because we know that I'm one of the few people here, Jay, that can actually multitask on this particular team here, and we know that to be true. Yeah. So you can say what you want to say, but we know that's the truth. So I would ask those, now that we're paused, we still got 95 people in the building, 57 likes. Guys, please smash the like button so folks can find this amazing content. Yes, I did say amazing because that's the way I feel. But No, in all seriousness, smash the like button so other people can find this content that we're dropping. And if you're new to the channel, this is the Angry Man Podcast, AM Sports Media, where we're always dropping boxing-related content. So make sure you become a subscriber to the channel. And not only that, we are now in the process of starting up our college football channel. It's probably going to be called AM Sports Cover 4. I believe that's what we're going to go with, Jay, and we're working on getting that all set up, the infrastructure set up for that right now. We're going to transition over to there. So definitely, we'll still be on this channel dropping boxing-related content, but we wanted to separate the content from college football just in case some of you guys don't follow it to that extent. Our true hardcore college football fans that like to talk college football as well, we certainly want to have a space for them as well. So we're going to create that channel. What else do we have? If you are a subscriber, but think about becoming a member. If you're not a subscriber yet, smash the subscribe button. All right, Jay.
Yeah, one thing about Boots, somebody maybe he should sign with a promotional company. That definitely could help him out, because they're pretty much doing it on their own out there. His talent speaks volumes, regardless of who he's made a fault or not fault right now. You want to see him get tested on the next step up. So
phone lines are back open. Phone lines are open. We received a couple phone calls here. I'm waiting for you to call back because I saw you call in. I'm waiting for your call, but there you go. What's going on with you, fam?
What's going on, fellas? What's going on Super Bowl Sunday?
Oh man, we just
what's happening, Walt?
Two things, really three. The first thing with the Devin Haney thing, I'm glad y'all seen that WWE move because they have to do that because this fight does not sell people because you're going to get Ryan Garcia is going to get some Mexicans, and a lot of them jumped off the bandwagon after Tank. So you're going to get the little girlies who like him, and Devin Haney's going to get the 30 or 40,000 people who pay for his fight. Mm-hmm. So it's so they're going to have to do even more of this. You know what I'm saying? And it's but here's the thing the Devin Haney thing that bothers me the most. Y'all was talking about how they trashed Tank for fighting this cat, and now Haney's fighting him. It's a great fight. But you're going to notice this right now. Devin, you touched on it a little. Devin might have this fight and maybe one more fight at 140. He's going to have to fight at 147 soon because of the size. You've seen the thickness of them dudes. It's not even just the height. He's talking about his head. The thickness of Devin Haney, he can't hold that weight anymore, guys. And the main thing you see with the Haneys, when you talk about moving him, tell me the athletic guy with power that Devin Haney's ever fought. There's no Shakur Stevenson fight or Antoine Russell fight in the works at 140 ever for Devin Haney. Because them the type of guys that Devin's not going to be able to sit in there and throw. It'll be like what you just saw the other night with Teo. It will be one jab and move with them guys. He won't not be able to sit down and trade like he did against a small Lomachenko, against the small dudes that he's fighting at 135. And I'm not saying Devin's not skilled, but he has a really good skill set. But when he fights a guy that, when he hits him twice and that guy don't move and can sidestep and throw heat back at him, he's going to get caught because you've seen smaller dudes hit him. It's to me, I think he's a little manufactured. I'm not saying he's really not skilled, but the reason why he calls out Tank so much is because Tank's size, because he thinks his link's going to keep him away from that shot. You know what I'm saying? If Tank was bigger, they wouldn't even be. Come on, bro. How come they've never mentioned Antoine Russell as many times as he talks shit about his older brother because he's small? It doesn't happen with that Cam. Until I see it, I'm not going to believe it because I've watched him from the start, man. And I've seen him look really good against, when he was at 135, he was way bigger than them guys.
Yeah.
So it's but the thing that kills me, y'all just talked about, a Boots is going to have to get somebody like Flavor Flav out there, man, and start talking shit to everybody. Because
you need a hype man.
You ever see, all Bozy does is go, yeah, we'll fight anybody. And then Boots will go, yeah, I tried to get that fight, but, come on, bro. You got to do something. With the skill set the kid has, the only body to me in boxing that can really be a great fight is Terrence.
Yeah. Man, if Boots had a different personality, and this is not to knock his personality, but I think if he had a more aggressive personality in the sense where he talked more shit, Oh my God, man, that dude would, and I just think he needs to be more visible too. I think people need to see him more, right? But I just feel like that dude, man, if he just talked, because man, people would be putting mad pressure on any fighter in and around that weight class. If Boots was constantly saying, "Hey man, coming out to people like the stuff that he did to Errol when after he beat What was it? Clayton, Castillo Clayton.
Yeah,
I think he beat Castillo Clayton. He was talking to Eric. He needs way more of that, man. He be putting a level of pressure on these fighters in and around his weight class.
He needs a Bernie the Boxer too. He needs somebody that's going to be on YouTube spitting for him. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? But I used to didn't appreciate Bernie the Boxer.
On the Thursday night card, the thing that scares me the most about that whole card is Abdullah Mason, because he's going to get the Terrence Crawford treatment, y'all. Because if he keeps fighting and getting better, he's only 19. With that power and that speed, it's like Bob's gonna, because Bob's gonna keep him away from the Loma's done, so he's gonna keep him away from Ray Montoya dude. Because just like he's keeping Keeshawn away from Ray Montoya, because I think Keeshawn, that kid Ray Montoya will be kryptonite to Keeshawn. You know what I'm saying? Abdullah he beats everybody on that card. If his defense gets a little tighter, he beats everybody on top ranks 135. Him and Shakur, I don't know, but in at 140. I don't see Tio fighting that kid when he gets a couple more years with that speed and power and footwork. It's just, I think he's in a bad place because I think Bob's not going to promote him. I've never seen Bob promote him. And you went back to Floyd. Bob didn't promote Floyd. He kept promoting De La Hoya. You know what I'm saying? De La Hoya had to get away. Floyd had to get away to get his props. So same thing's happening to Shakur right now. Lomachenko's like an old man. They're still promoting him more than they're promoting Shakur. Exactly. You know what I mean? So it's crazy. And I'm telling you, watch. That kid, Ray Montoya, you never heard Keeshawn mention his name. Never heard him mention his name. I think Keeshawn loses to him and the kid that he lost to in the Olympics, man. Keeshawn can fight, but I see holes, guys. He looked really good against an old man. The people who mentioned Tag fighting that dude and Keeshawn fighting that dude, man, the weed y'all smoking send some out here, man, because that, you know what I'm saying, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but that's what Devin Haney's people do. They watch when he beats on Ryan Garcia for 12 rounds. They're gonna make it like he fought Ali, Sugar Ray, and Thomas Hearns together. It's like his father's gonna be out there trying to tell everybody he's the King Kong. And then, I told you, his next fight at 140, if he stays there, is gonna be Sandor Martin. It ain't gonna be Serene Matez. He ain't even gonna mention Antoine Russell. So. Yeah, the only way that his name gets mentioned to them is if people on the internet start talking about it. And y'all send something to BFTV, man, because that 135, man, it's like I just saw the heading and I started laughing, man. That was crazy.
I don't know BFTB. I've never met him. I've never spoken to him. We've never connected in any kind of way, shape, or form. So I wouldn't respond to it. All I knew is that that number hasn't been corroborated by anyone. So I'm not sure where he got it. Even
Blue didn't co-sign it. So it was crazy because Blue be on his knees in front of the Haneys. So if he didn't co-sign it, that was trash.
I would not confirm or deny whether Blue Blood is on his knees in front of the Haneys.
And y'all said something earlier about Terrence Crawford. Really, Terrence Crawford, there's nobody in boxing right now, to me, that would give him any kind of fight except Boots. Because even if he can take Canelo's power, he's going to beat Canelo because Canelo's a flat-footed, on your front foot dude. It's like, the dude that's going to give Terrence the most trouble is somebody who fights like him with power and skill set. And I don't even know if Boots can beat. I'm just thinking he's that dude after Floyd and them, man. Y'all enjoy the Super Bowl and have a great day. And Jason,
Appreciate
take that Miami look off your face, man. Have a good day, y'all.
All right, man. Later.
It's you.
Oh, man. Yeah, man. A lot of good points by Walt there in regards to Devin Haney. And I wouldn't call Devin manufactured, but I get where he's going there. I think Devin they've been doing some really good matchmaking with Devin. I think Devin has looked good in his fights, and Devin has skills. Like Devin's a good fighter. Period.
He puts in the work.
Yeah, he's a good fighter. I just don't think he's anywhere as dominant as he appeared to be against Regis Prograis. That's my only thing. Yeah. His last comment.
Devin is really skilled.
Yeah, his last comment I refuse to comment on because I'm not talking about that gentleman at all today. I mean, am I wrong, Jay? I just don't feel like talking about that stuff today, man. I just don't feel like it. Maybe I'm a bad guy for that though, but I just don't feel like talking about that.
I mean, as far as Devin goes, I mean, I think Devin. My one knock with Devin was the fact that the power. He does have to do the 1-2 pop chop, 1-2 clinch at times that he did against Luma and whatnot. But it's like it's up to the other fighter to stop that. You got to be able to stop that as well. If it's so simple, stop it. He proven that he can do more than that. His IQ is very up there. My only thing was his power. That's the thing.
Let me respond.
Power and how he's going to take someone else that has power.
Let me respond to Larry Lopez. Tank hasn't gotten good matchmaking. Of course. I said this about all fighters. All fighters get good matchmaking. That's a product of building the fighter up. I said that earlier today. So yes, Tank has benefited from good matchmaking. Every fighter in the history of the sport has benefited from good matchmaking. Man, I wonder if this is we'll see who this is. What's going on with you, fam?
What's going on, fellas? Is Comic Fly.
Oh, what's going on?
How y'all doing today, man?
Hey, doing good. What area code is 929?
New York, Brooklyn.
Oh, okay. I thought it was New York. I thought it was somebody else that was calling.
Yeah, we got a couple, 718-347-929, so it's a couple.
Gotcha. What's going on with you, fam?
Not much, man. I'm just calling. Got a couple things I want to touch on. So first thing first with the Devin and Ryan fight. Mm-hmm. So I saw the little kerfuffle, whatever you want to call it, they had going on.
Yeah.
Homeboy that was right before that said Devin haven't fought nobody that's athletic and that could punch. And I do think that Ryan does present that problem. The problem is with Ryan trying this new little shoulder roll thing he got going on and him not listening to Derrick James. I don't think it's really gonna be. I think it's gonna be a little bit more competitive than the Tank fight, but I think Devin will just shut him out. Honestly, you feel me? And I'm not even Devin saying like that. I'm just calling it how I see it.
Yeah.
Now, I also saw that Terrence Crawford accepted all the terms to Canelo to fight Canelo at 168. And my thing with that is, I don't know if it's true or not, but I did see that. And my thing is, how you the face of boxing if you accepting all the terms for the next man? Ain't you supposed to be once dictating things? You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And if so, that means that it's really only one true face, and it's really Canelo. Now, granted, you can say in the lower weights, Tank or whatever, but the real fight that everybody wants is Canelo. So that's the real face of boxing right there. And
Facts.
I do think Terrence can outbox him, honestly. But if he can't hurt him, it's gonna be a long night. Now I got a question for y'all. My question for y'all is with Errol, right? Because I'm still hurt about my boy. But with Errol, do y'all think he should take a tune-up next fight, like at 154, or he should just jump straight back into it?
I would take a tune-up.
That's what I say. But he said he don't believe in tune-ups and all that. But I think off of the last performance, you haven't fought, you haven't been that active. I feel like it's only right. I feel like it's the best next step for him.
Yeah, I don't think Errol beats what we've seen established throughout the history of boxing, which is, coming off tough fights, you need tune-ups. Coming off long layoffs, you need tune-ups. And I just don't think you hop back in there with a top-notch fighter, considering you just came off of a tough fight with a fighter, and it was a KO loss. I mean, take your time, get yourself right. Make sure that you're right going back into the ring. The only time I would say I would agree with him jumping right back in the ring is with a rematch with Crawford, if that's what he's asking for. Outside of that, I would take a tune-up.
Yeah, I would take that. I feel like, but if you take a tune-up, I feel like the perfect tune-up for him is if he was to go up. Well, I don't know, because I don't know if this guy's going to come back down, but I would think like, you know, like a Jose Benavidez type, or like, you know, someone like that that's still quality, but, you know, someone that he can still beat. You feel me? Or like a Castaño or something like that. You know, those type of fights, I feel like it's good. It still be a little competitive for him, but once he should be able to beat, get his confidence back, you know, and then go back to head and fighting those top dogs and stuff like that. So, I think
Castaño good matchup. Castaño hasn't fought since he lost to Mel, so.
Yeah, both coming off of, well.
Oh, Castaño hasn't fought since he lost to Mel?
I haven't seen him in the ring.
Yeah, I'm not mistaken. I haven't seen him since then.
Oh, look, there you go. Perfect, right there. Perfect fight for you right there. Yeah. Oh, also, you know, I watch you. I want to give y'all guys y'all flowers. I watch y'all all the time, every clip, everything. You feel me? I stumbled upon y'all, and I love the work that y'all doing. Keep that up. Also, if y'all want to venture into like some UFC and MMA talk, you feel me? I'm y'all guy. So I know y'all starting the college football thing now, but if y'all want to venture into that, you feel me? I'm y'all guy. So just want to leave y'all with that, and have a good Sunday. Enjoy the Super Bowl.
All right, man. Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right, no problem, bro.
John Mack, $5. Appreciate you, John Mack. John Mack is also in the Discord. If you guys are interested in joining the Discord, please let us know. We'll drop the link in the chat. Hashtag Greg said it. What did I say? What did I say? Did I say something?
Oh, I don't know what you said. I don't think you said anything crazy. I was just looking up Brian Castaño. Brian Castaño hasn't fought since May 14th of 2022 when he got KO'd by Mel.
Yeah, so it's been a while, man. Get them boys back in the ring with young Mr. Errol Spence. We got to see when Errol actually, recovers or whatever. But yeah, get him back in the ring. Mark M, hit me up, family. Mark M, what you talking about? Mark M, what you talking about? Did I?
Gina said you said.
Oh, I didn't realize I said it, but I don't want to say it again. All right, while we're here, Jay, 97 people in the building, 69 likes. If you get the opportunity, please smash that like button so other people can find the channel and the content. And if you're new to the channel, this is AM Sports Media, the Angry Man Podcast. We are always dropping boxing-related content, so make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you're a subscriber, please consider becoming a member or donating through a super chat or a super thanks. Also, college football coming. Probably going to be called AM Sports Media Cover 4. I think that's what we're going to go with, but we'll see. We're still deciding on that, but we are currently in the process of setting up the structure for college football. We got too many people that are in or on the channel, subscribe to the channel right now, that enjoy the conversations about college football as well. Jason and I got a lot of thoughts on that, and we plan to bring you those thoughts in a brand new channel, AM Sports Media Cover 4. All right, Jay.
Larry Lopez, I agree with you. Devin deserves a exhibition or a soft touch fight. Because he's been Kambosos twice, Loma, and then Regis. I'm not mad if after this Ryan fight. If you want, some people want to consider Ryan a soft touch or not. Ryan does have a nice left hook and he's fast. But I'm not mad if after this fight here, if Devin takes a soft touch. Dude has been doing everything. He bet on himself. That's the problem I had with Shakur when Shakur didn't take the deal with Devin last year. You're so confident in yourself, bet on yourself. Then once you win, you can control everything. That's what Devin been afforded to after his hard work.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you at all. We're waiting for the next caller, man. Who calling in next? Don't be shy. Call on in. Right now I'm looking for the I'm actually looking for the
Yeah, did anybody catch I guess they had a fight in Europe or somewhere yesterday. I think Yard fought, and I think did anyone catch that fight? Who we got calling in?
I think it's Walt. Walt, what's going on with you, fam?
No, Jason, you just said you've done everything. Dude, stop giving him credit for fighting Kambosos, man, dude. Stop that. That's the easiest way to undisputed in the history of the sport, y'all. the easiest dude. Watch, Lomachenko is gonna wash Kambosos. He lost his last fight to, I don't even know the dude's name. Kambosos. Come on, man. Devin Haney's had one really good fight in his career, and that was the Lomachenko fight. He fought a dude that was tailor-made for him the last fight. It's just like Josh Taylor and Regis were way overrated. And you could see it right away. Josh Taylor showed it against Jack Catterall. It's overrated. It's like I'm really getting heated with the Haney thing because I haven't seen it. It's like people mention this dude with like Floyd in them, and it's just I haven't seen it. It's like I've seen it more with Tank. People can question his resume, but Tank's fought bulls at his side. I've never seen this dude do it. I've seen him be bigger than everybody, and I'm not saying he's not skilled because he is. He's really, really skilled. But until he gets in with a dude that I know is coming back at something fast and has movement, I'm not going to give him that. Because I think Tank and Devin Haney fight is a lot like what we just saw with T.O. Because as soon as Tank hits him with something to the body, he's going to start moving. It won't be like the Lomachenko fight. There won't be no stand there throwing three. There would be no 3-punch combinations against a guy like that. It'll be 2, bang, bang, get out, bang, get out. And don't give me, boxing is a sport. If he can beat Tank like that, I'll give him all the praise in the world because boxing is a sport. It's not called stand there and get hit. So I give him props for that. But I think for my thing is watching him it's just so overrated when I watch the people that he fought other people. And then they've never been that dude. The only dude was Loma. It's like, did you guys think Kambosos is some great fight? Is that a great win? If it is, man, refresh me, man, because that's not a great win. It's a great win instead of prestige because the belt.
He bet on himself. He took the short end that shitty stick. As far as payout, he bet on himself on that, and he went over that twice to get robbed.
Dude, there's 7 dudes I can name right now that went over there and did the same thing that Devin Haney did. Tank would have knocked him out. Frank Martin would have probably stopped him. Like, dude, Ray Montoya would be like the dude I was talking about early. Keeshawn would beat Kambosos.
It's not about if he would beat him or not. It's a risk.
That win is not this great win. It's not. It's just Kambosos got T.O. when I don't know what happened with T.O.
Mm-hmm. T.O. was T.O.
So, I mean, we got to me, the people who he did it, so you got to give him props for it. But be honest about that win, bro. That was like he got paid to go have X2. Now, he gets on, they got on Tank for taking the Ryan fight saying that it was an exhibition. That were 2 exhibitions, bro. I've seen better sparring matches down at the YMCA than them were. And come on, y'all. When y'all saw that fight was gonna happen, did y'all think that anything else was gonna happen in that fight? Either one of them fights.
I thought Devin could get robbed, but we did a fight.
No, that's the only. I agree, G. That's the only way you could see him losing that fight.
We did a fight.
If they robbed him.
We did a fight.
Kambosos is a C+ fighter. Dude, you remember Lee Selby? Y'all remember the Lee Selby fight, right?
I remember.
Y'all remember when Mickey Bay hadn't fought in 18 years, 6 months, and 9 days, and almost beat him.
Yeah, Mickey Bay. That was the fight that told me that Devin was going to dominate him. We broke down why Devin would dominate him using Mickey Bay. That's exactly right.
It's like because I know everybody, both of y'all on that panel was shocked he beat T.O. Everybody was. Yep. It's like if T.O.'s mind was right. And T.O.'s, here's the thing to run. I was going to say this earlier, but T.O.'s biggest Achilles heel is his dad. There was no adjustments with his dad. So, like, Greg, Jay, you brought it up. The dude kept moving to the right, and I watched the whole fight. I never heard his father go say, man, cut that shit off to the right. He didn't say it the whole corner. It's like, like people, you're watching the sport, and I know people are fans of their fighters. Which I am too. It's like I was with y'all. I was like, when Arrow lost that night, man, I don't even think I slept. You know what I'm saying? But I'm real enough to see Terrence show me that he's really that dude. You know what I'm saying? I've watched what's the report saying? Canelo's whole career, man. And Canelo, I thought he was something until after Floyd beat him. Then he started like doing this, the steroids and then this weird shit, fighting bums, and he's continuing to do it. So it's like when I see them bringing up Haney, and I thought, man, I liked Haney from the start. He's a real skilled dude, but I always wondered what was going to happen when he fought dudes his size. Because he stayed at 135 way too long, but he had to because he was scared of the power at 140, even though he should have jumped because them two dudes at 140 that everybody was saying was great weren't great. And it's like, So now, like I said, he's going to avoid, and his father, which is right, you're going to make as much money as you can because it's called prize fighting. You're going to avoid the dudes that that have that shot. He's not going to fight the dudes that have that shot. And even Tank coming back, I want Tank to get a tune-up because it's been a minute, but I don't want no more pit bulls and none of that. Tank, to me, has to fight he has to fight Shakur or he has to fight Martin, right?
Yeah, I agree.
What has to be somebody like that next? It's like, we need to stop paying these cats for these fights. It's like you shouldn't. It's just crazy. Like, if Canelo fights Maul, I'm not paying for that. I'll listen to y'all the next day tell me about that. And I watch, I'm lying because I probably will. But it's just, that's bad, man. The sport right now, to me, it's just so watered down because I grew up like, I told you how old it is. I grew up with everybody. Dude, I seen Roberto Duran jump from 135 right in the ring with Sugar Ray Leonard. I've seen Aaron Pryor fight, and Aaron Pryor would have fought a middleweight. Now these cats, man, come on, man. And people keep giving Devin this pride. Oh, he'll fight anybody. I heard you say it early, Jay. But look at who they's fighting, bro. It's like he's not the guy. Has he fought the guy you want to see him fight? Really? You haven't. He has a Loma.
Was it his fault he didn't play Kerr?
I ain't really want to see Loma.
What?
Was it his fault Shakur didn't take that deal?
Who did what? Shakur? But come on. It's like my thing with the Shakur thing is Shakur could. I have Shakur beating Haney, but he kind of thinks too much of himself. He should have took that deal because anybody, to me, like this is what I was talking about. When I grew up, if you, Jason, you said you could beat Greg, y'all was making that deal the next day. It's like, I'm going to show you, but I'll take that less money because once I whoop your ass, everybody's going to know I'm that guy.
It's facts.
Exactly.
Facts.
Now it's all about keeping the O, right? And having, you got your little fan base to talk this shit about you. Nobody, Arrow, I loved Arrow for that fact that he stood on his ground for that fight, bro. It's like that was the last, I can't even remember nobody. Mel was doing it for a while. Mel was fighting all comers at 154, right? You don't see this anymore. Look how long it took the other steroid dude, Tyson Fury, to fight this dude. Yeah. And I guarantee you there's no anytime drug test in that fight. Because Fury, I don't think Fury would take a fight that there's anytime drug test in it. It's like somebody really needs to step into the sport of boxing. It's like if you don't fight for so long, you get stripped. If you don't fight a guy that you're supposed to fight, you get stripped. Because now these dudes are maneuvering so much that we as fans love it so much we're gonna pay for it anyway. But come on, man. It's almost criminal, man. When I saw him sign the fight, Ryan Garcia, y'all, I just thought it was almost like Def Comedy Jam because the shit that he said about Tank. And don't go to no rehydration clause because Ryan Garcia had never fought at 140. The fight that people are bringing up is Ryan didn't make 135. The guy who was supposed to fight, remember, the Dominican dude didn't make 135, so Ryan had to fight him at 138. So people keep saying that he made him drain himself, and he hadn't fought. And I could see if he had already fought at 140, people could say that, but he hadn't. It's like a lot like I'm making excuses for Tank, because like I said, he needs to get off his ass now and start fighting the real cats too. But if this shit keeps happening, all these YouTube channels got their favorite people. The boxing voice saying that he's on his knees for Haney. True media is really the Candace Owens of boxing. And it's like, these, like some of this shit, man, and, you know, I know Blue's probably getting paid and some of these dudes getting played by other people. It seems like to me that people really need to start getting at these people because ESPN and them, mate, you seen, if y'all was watching the fight, tell me did y'all not miss Kriegel, Punk, Bullethead? What's his name again? You know, the brother.
Tim Bradley.
His name, Tim Bradley. He was punking him on air because Bradley was standing on his thing saying about Ortiz moving, and he was just turning to him like talking to him like he was less than. And I'm like, how do you not slap that motherfucker in the face off screen? I just don't get it, man. I mean, I know I've been talking because, you know, there's really nothing on to the Super Bowl, and I like listening to y'all. But
all good.
y'all got to be with what I'm saying. It's like,
no, I hear everything you're saying, man. You know, I think all those guys got to really start fighting somebody else, man, or fighting the top guys. You know, we talked about this dude probably 15, 18 months ago that we were talking about those guys that were considered the four kings have to actually fight each other. Like, we need to see Tank in the ring. Like, we are the same accord. Like, we don't want to see Tank versus Pitbull. I want to see Tank versus Frank Martin. I want to see Tank versus Shakur Stevenson. I want to see Tank versus who's the other top guy in 100. I want to see Tank versus Devin Haney. I want to see those fights, man. I don't want to see any more Pitbull Cruz fights. I definitely don't want to see another fight with Shakur Stevenson running around the entire ring. Teofimo Lopez needs to get into the ring. I want to see any combination of Tank, Shakur, Teo, Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, Sabril Matias,
Antoine Russell.
Frank
Martin. Antoine Russell.
Yeah, I was about to go to Frank Martin and Antoine Russell.
I can see you interviewing his brother. Stop talking about this boy. That boy can fight.
I know.
He's one of the best. I have him number 2 at 140. I have it between him and Matias. It's like,
yeah.
But here's the thing too, where you guys said, I heard somebody say this before about boxing right now, and they try to say Floyd messed it up for boxing, and that is not true because Floyd didn't start bunny hopping till he was 38 years old. That's when he started taking these fights. You can remember he was almost 37 when he fought Canelo, and all before that it was Hatton, De La Hoya. It was all the baddest dudes in the sport. He didn't start slowing down fighting scrubs until after that. So stop. These dudes that are anywhere between Canelo's age and 29 and 23, they have no excuses. It's look at David Benavidez just sitting there, been the best fighter at 168 for how many years now? Everybody really knows that.
Yep.
But you won't see Canelo fight him, and nobody stands on the ground and goes at Canelo. Tell me if that would happen with a black fighter. If a black fighter was the baddest one, like they're saying Canelo was, you think he would get the leeway to fight Liam Smith and Skip Mahoney and Kip Tam2 and all these bums? It wouldn't happen. It's like, man, I'm keep talking because ain't nobody keep calling in.
Hold on real quick. Real quick, Walt. Mark M said, all right, Greg, he gave us $20. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate that. All right, Greg. I'm not going to bring up the Aquabud documentary again. Drop the Teofimo takeover doc. Listen, if Terrence Crawford moves up, and I'm saying his name, if he moves up and he beats Canelo Alvarez, I would do a Terrence Crawford documentary, and it will probably be at least a good 40, 45 minutes, and it will be nothing but superlatives.
Greg, my only thing, bro, I wanted Errol to win that fight just as much as y'all did. But y'all still, give Terrence his flowers, man. Y'all should
We have given him his flowers. Man, we have given him his flowers.
Yeah, but you give it to him on a, you know how somebody looks over at you and gives you that, yeah, I know. That's how you give it to him. You ain't giving it to him full-hearted.
No, we gave him all of his flowers. We love Terrence Crawford. We love what he's done.
And I'm an Errol Spence guy saying that, y'all. I am. I'm an Errol Spence guy saying that. I admit the dude proved me wrong to the fullest, and he did it in such spectacular way that I got nothing to say. I don't want Errol to go nowhere near that man.
I ain't got nothing to say either, man. We've given Terrence Crawford his flowers as the best pound-for-pound fighter in the sport, and that he beats everybody.
Y'all got somebody calling in, man. I'm going to let y'all get to it, man.
All right. Appreciate it, Walt.
All right, Walt.
Yeah, we've given Terrence Crawford his flowers, man. I don't know if I don't know if it comes off as being sarcastic or whatever, but that's not what I'm trying to do. We believe Terrence Crawford beats everybody in and around his weight class. So it is what it is. Mr. Jerry, what's going on?
Let him cook. Let him cook. Y'all need me today. Happy Sunday, my friends.
What's going on?
Jerry Soriano, you're living for life.
What's
How
happening?
we doing?
Doing good. How are you?
Hey,
I'm good. Listen, I got a little sidetracked by Jake. I had an agenda a couple of weeks back, and I decided to pump the brakes a little bit. But there's a caller who reminds me like he's a PBC operative, and he considers himself a friend of the show. Not sure who he is exactly by name. I'm not sure if you know who I'm talking about.
What do you
But he
say
always
when he came
seems
in?
to want to kind of give you a half-sided compliment and then kind of chastise you at the same time. You know who I'm referring to?
Tunnel vision?
Is that his name? You
Maybe.
can't be serious.
His
name is Tunnel Vision.
I think you might be talking about tunnel vision.
Apropos, my friends, listen. Have you seen, Greg, my numbers guy, have you seen all of the pro PBC, pro Spence channels, how much they've grown after 7/29/23?
Have they grown? No, I don't really look at anybody else's channel. You might have to inform me on that.
Well, I will tell you, my friends, you guys have grown hand over fist over the friends of the channel. The guys that want to spin theories about snack and whatever else. The guys that made their name by smearing Crawford's name the last 2-3 years. That's how they gained popularity. Those guys. Friends of the channel.
Mm-hmm.
The guys that caller was saying, you need to be more like them. Because everybody else is trying to tear down the black man. Well, if Regis Prograis is getting it out the mud, but Crawford is getting out of hot coal. Because the other channels made their name by tearing him down for the last 2-3 years. But if you look at their membership numbers, they have not grown since that night. Because we don't believe you guys. So kudos to you guys for deciding to listen to both sides of the argument and allowing your platform to be a freedom of speech on both sides.
Facts.
Because that's where the truth is. Not just being a slanted voice for one side. So that caller who believes he speaks the truth, and I believe that he believes in what he's saying, I welcome him to the first Live at the Barbecue on AM Sports. You and me, live debate. You tell your side, I'll tell mine. You have my invitation. Now back to the demo. Let's talk about Boots for 1 second.
Okay.
Terrence Crawford put it out there already. He invited one of his biggest trolls on X, Twitter. He said, listen, for those that want that Boots fight, more than Boots wants it himself, tell them to put the money up or else shut up. So that's kind of where we're at with Boots. I kind of feel bad for Boots because I think his dad does him a disservice. For instance, Boots versus Blair the Flair Hobbs. Whoa! The guy that could sell the fight. Would you not rather see him than whatever next stiff they're going to put him up against? Papa Boots wants none of it. When he was in the UK, they said, hey, how about Conor Benn, who called out Boots? Papa Boots wants no part of it. Conor Benn versus Boots wouldn't be a great matchup? Wouldn't be great exposure?
It would.
Upper Boots said Conor Benn's not even ranked in the top 15. And then when you think about that they had an opportunity, and we won't get into the details, to face Crawford, and they decided to run over to Showtime, knowing Showtime was going to be out of business. Well, they didn't know it. Espinosa did. So I don't feel sorry for Boots. Boots is doing it to himself. He's doing it to himself. Blair Cobbs, Conor Benn are two fights that can't be made. Matter of fact, Blair Cobbs is a free agent. Oh, my God, all Philly. And they supposedly sparred before. So Boots is self-sabotaging himself, man. The guy comes out, he has the costume. He doesn't have the personality, but they can work on it. But Papa Boots needs to get out of the way. That guy needs someone to come in there and help promote him.
You know what? I don't think I disagree with you on this point, actually, Jerry. I think those are two viable fights that would give Boots more exposure, similar to what Errol got when he fought
Absolutely.
Kell Brook. I don't think I disagree with you.
Or, I'll tell you what, my boy Crawford's got time. We got time right now. Look at Teofimo. Look, I mean, and I was a big fan of Teofimo. I'll be honest. I've fallen off that wagon. But the guy knows how to sell himself. Forget about the fact that 90% of the time he's
Can you hear me, Jason?
Yeah, I can hear you. Sound like he lost his connection or something.
I think I might have did it by accident. Shit. Oh hell.
I'd rather see Boots fight Barrios than a Conor Benn who hasn't done anything to deserve a shot at Boots, who has a title now. Same thing with Blair Cobb. Blair Cobb hasn't fought in over a year. How does that do anything for Boots? He's going to be scrutinized and criticized on that. And the way Ben looked in his last fight, he's going to get criticized for that fight as well. Hey, Brian has hell no, I ain't paying for that fight. Boots versus Blair Cobb. I bet that be on no damn pay-per-view. Come on, man. One minute you want to have exposure, then you want to criticize the fight at the same time. I guarantee people will criticize the fight as they should, because it's not a fight that should be happening for Boots.
Man, I think I screwed something up here, Jason.
Huh?
I think I screwed something up here. I don't know what I've done. I was trying to hit a different button, man, and I think I screwed something up. I can't hear you at all, Jerry.
Mark him. I don't want to see Boots versus Ellis either. Ellis fumbled the bag when he lost to Roman Villa. Boots versus Crawley. That should have happened in December for the IBF belt. Crawley backed out of that. Yeah, I'm with you, Brian. Screaming doesn't mean cooking.
Nah, but I think Jerry made a good point, though, with the Boots comment. Let me see if he's calling back. Can you hear it ringing, Jay?
Yeah.
Jerry, you there?
Man, I screwed something
I think
up.
your boy Tunnel cut me off.
Oh, no, there you go.
Getting back to Haney. Here's the thing about Haney. I'm not the biggest Haney fan. But as a boxing fan, I give him and his dad all the credit. And for those that don't think he's fighting anybody, that he's not looking for a certain type of fighter, all I say, call his bluff. Call his bluff. Because I'm going to tell you this. Nobody's calling out Regis Prograis before Haney did. Nobody. And when we talk about Garcia and Haney, I'm going to tell you this today. Garcia and Haney is going to do similar numbers to Garcia and Tank. I told you last week that this year, people are going to get exposed. Someone's going to rise and someone's going to fall. And that Garcia-Haney fight is going to expose your guy, Tank Davis.
So you think that fight's going to do 1.2 million buys?
That fight is going to do huge numbers. Guys,
Ooh.
listen. You do not understand the social media machine that is Ryan Garcia. You don't understand his sphere of influence.
Okay.
Every top-notch streamer, YouTuber, is a friend of Ryan Garcia. He's featured on his show, his channel. All of them. And now he comes up against the biggest marketing machine there is. Bill Haney. You just got a taste of it at WWE, whatever you want to call it. That was hours after the fight was announced. We got 2 more goddamn months. Can you imagine the theatrics that is about to explode on social media? I'm going to tell you, that fight is going to do bigger numbers than Tank versus Garcia. You heard it here first. Because the driving numbers for Tank Garcia was not Tank Davis. It was Garcia. Now, I'll tell you this. It was a stellar matchup. And as you watch that fight again, Garcia did everything he could. He took that fight to Davis. He took it on the chin and got up. Nobody gives him credit for that. He took it right on the chin. Mr. Model, IG, whatever you want to call it. I got up, dehydrated and everything. Which leads me into this, when everyone calls that why is Haney Garcia considered a good fight and Tank Davis Garcia wasn't. Tank Davis Garcia was a good fight. But the problem is there was a built-in excuse already hand delivered. And Garcia, on an interview yesterday, said, man, first time in my life, I knew I was going to lose before I even came out. And they were like, who did you tell that to? He's like, no, I was thinking to myself. I had no strength. I wasn't myself. That's why that Tank Davis fight is deemed an exhibition. The matchup was great, and I'll be honest, I gave Garcia a really good chance. For some reason, I thought he had Oscar De La Hoya feet. He was light on his feet. And he is, if you're going backward and forward. Laterally, the guy is cement shoes. The foot difference in that fight, I was just like, holy, I didn't know Garcia was that terrible, moving side to side. But this Haney fight, they have all of the storyline is there. 3-3 in the amateurs. Game 7. So this is going to be more of a build-up. And I think the fight is going to live up to the hype because Garcia is going to come in there to throw bombs. And Haney's going to have to stand in the pocket and throw. So by default, it's going to be a great fight. Moving on. Your guy also called, and we talked about how boxing fans turn on their fighters after they lose. I totally disagree with that. There have been some fans that have turned on Spence. But Spence deserves it. He has not handled himself correctly after taking a loss like that. I'll give him credit. He came out that night without shades, swollen eyes, big lip, bleeding still. And he stood on 10 toes that night. But what's transpired after that? I think he deserves for fans to turn his back on him. How dare the guy, the biggest night of his life, come in 80% or whatever he's claiming. You just stole money from your fans, bro. This Crawford fight was hyped up for 5 goddamn years. I still look at that 2018 matchup. Greg and I, that was our first big debate. I said Crawford pulled up on Spence. No, Spence pulled up. He knew he was going to be there. Okay, whatever. You can't be the boogeyman if I'm chasing you. And when I stop you, they're going to say, you've been at 147 too long, and you were too weak. Spence deserved to come out and talk to his fans and not desert them for 6 months. Sean Porter has taken losses and come back. Garcia is going to be the same. I think Tank Davis is going to be the same. Because he's going to lose. But he ain't going to lose any fans. So it's how you lose and what you do after it. Fans won't desert you, brother. In the UFC, yes, those fans are loyal. But those guys take their L's on the chin. They don't run. They don't tuck tail and run away. Hide. And have your fans defending you for 6-7 months, making up excuses that you were dehydrated. That's why Spence has lost fans. So this caller goes on to say, why do we need to do anything for you? You boxing fans don't deserve ish. And Spence is the poster child for not what you do. You did this, you did that, you stayed here, you did this for the fans. And then he proceeds to shit on Spence. That call is everything that's wrong with boxing, my friends. And my point to you guys is this. You have seen the light after July 29th, 2023. I rewatched your fight party. Greg's eyes were the size of saucers. Sipping on that yak. He didn't know what. He didn't know what he was watching. But you know what? This is the only show that I call. Not the only one I listen to. And trust me, I am tempted. I am tempted to bring the heat to some of your friends. I only call this channel because I saw you guys morph into a product right before my eyes. You didn't tuck tail and run. You didn't hide in the shadows for 6 months and then come back out like, no, I was taking a break. You grabbed the bull by the horns. And for that reason, your channel has grown 25%, while the friends of your YouTube channel have stuck in the mud. Because that's what deception gets you. Nowhere. It's Jerry Soriano, your limit for life. Let him cook. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, my friends.
All right, appreciate you, Jerry. Hey, I'm going to talk about a few things Jerry said. I know there's people calling in, but I want to talk about a few things Jerry said real quick. Generally speaking, and usually I do not agree with Jerry, but generally speaking, today I agree with a lot of what Jerry said. There are two things, though, that I didn't. He talked about Ryan and Gervonta Davis being a built-in excuse because I guess maybe he was talking about the rehydration clause, and that it just, I guess it made the fight morph into that of an exhibition. And he feels that way about that particular fight, but he doesn't feel the same way about Spence fight, where he has a excuse built in too, going in with a rib injury and things of that nature. So would we say then that Terrence Crawford fight was an exhibition? I'm quite sure he would say that is not right. So I didn't really understand that. And then Spence stole money from fans going into a fight knowing that he was injured. Then Ryan also did, considering Ryan mentioned that he knew he was going to lose going into the ring, and supposedly he went to the ring with a rib injury. So I'm just saying, like, you didn't highlight that. Now, the other things that I wanted to comment on, he's right. And I'm surprised he went back and looked at the watch party. I almost tried to look at it one day, man. I couldn't do it. I was about to cry. But man, that was hilarious because I was there sipping on yak. Couldn't believe what I was watching. That's 100% spot on. But he's right in the sense that we didn't run and tuck tail. As a matter of fact, we did a video right after. I was in the comment sections until 4 that morning. I got up at 9 and did a live stream. And we did another live stream later that day. We were the few. Man, there was a lot of channels that did run and go tuck tail after that happened. He is not lying about that. And he is spot on about growth in terms of some of the, I know what he's talking about now. He's talking about some of our contemporaries that have not seen growth since July 29th. And we have. And Jerry obviously has been looking at our numbers. Jerry, since July 29th, we have not grown by 29%. We were at 9,000 and some change. We've grown by almost 50% since that happened. We're at 14,300 and some change right now. So yeah, all those things spot on. So I appreciate that acknowledgement though, Jerry. That's greatly appreciated for sure. All right, so I'm opening back the phone line now, Jay, because I wanted to say that very quickly. Man,
but you know, it's also funny. He says he didn't know about how bad Ryan footwork was, but he said he knew everything about Spence. When Ryan issues are glaring.
Oh yeah, facts. 657, you in the build? Damn, boy, I almost sound like a little chick just then. With my voice got all kind of high. 657, you in the building with Greg and Jason. What's going on, fam?
Hey, what's the deal? I just want to say something real quick about the whole Tank and Ryan and Dev situation. So everybody talking about numbers. Hey, my thing is with Jerry, I don't believe at all it's going to do no million. I don't think it's going to do close to 1 million.
Oh, no.
But I do believe whatever number that it does is going to be more than whoever Tank fight next if he don't fight the right dude. And I think that's going to cause a lot of fucked up narratives for the people over on that side. And that's all I want to say. I'm out.
Hey,
That's like damn.
No, that's actually that's why I keep saying Tank need to fight the right dance partner, man.
Exactly.
You can't.
It's all about
I
that.
agree. Tank mess around and fight somebody that doesn't do numbers, and this fight does better numbers than that. That's a problem, dog. That's a problem. I don't disagree with that at all.
Yeah, and that's why we've been saying the whole time. We laid out who we want to fight, who Tank should fight. I've laid out several times. I didn't want to see Tank fight Pitbull a second time. We know that's not happening because Pitbull is fighting Rolly. I don't want to see Tank fight Ryo. I don't want to see that. You know, so I mean, he's gonna have to. It's gonna be interesting on his number. That fight is not going to do 1.2 million for a Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia fight. That's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
That's Chief Wildfire.
Chief Wildfire. Okay, that was Chief Wildfire, man. We take everybody call. One thing about it, and that's another thing that Jerry did mention, and man, we did a poll, the Terrence Crawford, do I hate Terrence Crawford poll and all that other stuff. And man, we love hearing what other people have to say. Like and I'm shocked that some people come into the comment section and say some of the stuff that they say, because we could care less about someone disagreeing with what we say. Like, the whole point is to spark conversations. I don't care if somebody thinks differently about a certain situation versus myself. I could care less. I want to hear what other people have to say. I want to give my thoughts. I want to give people the opportunity to give their thoughts as well. And that's the reason why we got the channel set up in the way that we have it set up. There is no penalty for pushing back against us. I don't give a damn if you say we don't know what we're talking about. Could care less. Say what you need to say.
It's all about the boxing community. That's what we built this channel on here. I mean, we get a lot from people, like you said. I don't care if you agree or disagree with me. You know, I want to see what you're going to say. You know, if I might call cap on it, you might call cap on what we say. That's fine. We're here for the boxing community. We want to see the fights that we want to see, and we want to put it out there. You know,
facts.
We try to keep it fair and balanced. You know, calling everyone out there who's not fighting who we want to see. We want to call it out there. You know.
and arguments, and people who have followed the channel understand this. Because some people say that all we do is Terrence Crawford content. I'm like, man, what are you talking about? All that content on our channel that have nothing to do with, bro. But I've said this multiple times, man. Arguments and people in their positions, particularly, are not binary. They're not just black and white. It's complicated. It's complex. And so people think you say one thing that's not favorable to a fighter and you're automatically a hater. Right? That means you believe in everything that's anti this fighter. And that's not true. You just disagree with this aspect of it. And usually the super fans or the sicko fans, Jay, you call them sicko fans, but either way it goes, those are typically the ones that are talking about people as haters. And then you have people who are just maybe true fans of the sport, you can call them, or people that just think in a multi-layered way. They know that it's more complicated, and they can appreciate channels where it's diverse conversation and thought process, because nothing is as simple as black and white. Just that simple.
No,
so yeah, man. I don't know if we don't have any more callers, Jay. I think we can go ahead and wrap up the show for today. Definitely want to give people the opportunity to get prepared for their Super Bowl activities. I know I got to get up there and get on these wings for my kids, these wings and fries. So we got 98 people in the building. If you haven't had the opportunity yet, please smash the like button before you leave this video. Smash the like button, folks, so other people can find this content. It greatly helps the channel, and it's free to you. And if you're new to the channel, this is the Angry Man Podcast, M Sports Media. We are always dropping boxing-related content, including fight breakdowns. Sometimes we'll get back into doing documentaries at some point, I'm sure. But commentary, you name it, we do it here. So hit the subscribe button and become a part of the channel. And think about, becoming a member. $2.99 a month. We're sending out these cool trucker hats here this week to some of our subscribers. So expect that to come into the mail. If you are a member of the channel, $2.99 a month, consider it. And we do accept super thanks and super chats. It all helps this channel run and operate and bring you guys this content on a daily basis. So appreciate you guys, man. Again, enjoy your Super Bowl. I got the 49ers winning. Jason got Kansas City winning. We'll see what ends up happening tonight, fam. All right, guys, until next time. Peace.